Hi guys, this is Crafty Cat. Welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. We are here with attempt number 2 to try, actually number 3, a watercolor pencil tutorial by the frugal crafter, Lindsay Weirich. She is awesome. Now I am going to be using my Arteza, and I have tried this 2 times already. And I tried them with different watercolor pencils. So anyway, first I tried this with my AGP Tech pencils, which we have unboxed and tested on the channel. And I really liked the way they came out. I really loved the way my stems came out. I had the right colors for this. But I made a mistake here where I made this one come out too far. And this is like a smaller bud. And I guess it's fine, but I really wanted it to just go like this, and I don't know what possessed me to go out like that. So sometimes when I am trying to look at something online, I start looking at the wrong flower. So I think when I was looking at this flower, I was supposed to be looking at this flower, but I was looking at this flower. So I came out further from the bud, like, I don't know. So then I tried it again with my Artist Loft, which are just really inexpensive watercolors that are much more vibrant than these. I think there are 48 in this pack, so lots of colors. There are only 24 in this color in this package, and I use this. I carry it around with me in my little travel set. So anyway, I like how vibrant the Artist Loft are for such inexpensive watercolor pencils. Like, look at the difference in the vibrancy of the yellows and the greens. But I should have sharpened them. I did not sharpen them. They were really dull. I didn't know where my sharpener was. And I made a mess of my stems. I'm happy with the flowers, except for I goofed up in the middle here. I should have done it more like this one. But I like the way this one looks better than this one out here. And this one looks okay. So does this one. But I don't like how my stems, they're just too thick. And I tried to lower it more because this is going to be for a card. And my cardstock isn't as big as this piece of paper. It probably comes to about there. So I tried to make this lower so there'd be more white space at the top. Anyway, these are the colors Lindsay used in the tutorial. Kind of like a combination between the two. The yellow and the red, definitely. Her flowers were more like, her stems were more like a combination between these two. I just didn't have enough colors in my Artist Loft. So anyway, I'm going to be trying this again. I don't know if you could see, but I just outlined it in yellow. That's what Lindsay says to do. And just use shapes. And I changed it a little bit. So I wanted to make it just a little tiny bud up here. So there's a big flower, a medium flower, and a tiny little bud. So anyway, then she says to go over it in a green. So I'm not sure which green I should use. The last time I used like a lime green, kind of almost. And I have all these greens. So I could use that light green. And then I'd have to go over the whole thing. I don't know, you guys. So I think I'll try maybe, maybe I will do the lighter green. They're really hard to get these out without getting them all out, I find. I love my Arteza, but I hardly ever use them because there's 3 trays. And I tend to spill them all. And then I have to reset all the colors. What would you use for the base color? I think I'll just go with the lighter because I can always add darker. These two are pretty similar. Lime green and absinthe green. Well, I'm going to do the lime green for now. Because I've been looking at pictures of real carnations online. And the bud parts that are small, they do have the lime green. So I'll try that. So anyway, I might just stop talking and maybe do a voiceover after. And just do this because it's hard for me to talk because I'm not an artist. I'm just learning. So yeah, there's that. So I'll probably see you in a bit, you guys. Maybe I'll do like a time lapse. You guys can't even see that color. Okay guys, so I have sped this part of the video up 5 times as I'm sketching over it with the green watercolor pencil. So we'll just look at that. And I wish I could really draw that fast in real life. That would be awesome. But I'm pretty slow. Alright then. Okay, so I'm going to just try to make this a little bit thicker down here. Okay, now here in the, when Lindsay does it, she takes a brush and she wets these and then she just paints like it's actual watercolor. But I think for this, I just want to color it a little bit. Alright guys, so the video is sped up to 5 times again, and I am just going through with different green colors, and I'm just adding some color, and yeah, the more color you add, the more you'll have to move around once you activate it with a wet brush or a water-filled brush. I guess they're just called water brushes. There, I'm just using my pill bottle to use for water. It works great, actually. And I'm using this little teeny tiny brush and then switching to a harder brush just to mix the colors. And the watercolor pencils really come alive with water. Now I've switched to a bristly brush. The harder brushes I find are easier, and I'm trimming off the excess. Sorry, I hit the camera. But yeah, so now I think I'm sticking with the bristle brush. And that seems to be an easier way to activate the colors of the watercolor pencil. And this is really relaxing. It looks a lot faster because I've gone 5 times the speed, but this is pretty slow in real life and just super relaxing. And now I'm doing what Lindsay said, and I'm just wetting the actual pencil to get more of a watercolor effect. And that works really well to get like a real watercolor effect. Now we're switching to a peach color, and I'm just coloring lightly to get some color down. And I'm trying to use the side of the pencil as much as possible to get more coverage. And I'm just kind of going in the shape that I want my flowers to be. Now the bud is just really small with just a little bit of peach. And now we're into the bigger one at the bottom right hand corner, and that is like a medium sized flower. So I wanted to see what it would be like if we just colored the colors. Now I'm adding water, and it's super light. So I don't know if I just picked the wrong color or if I should have just wet the pencil and painted it right on there. Oh no, I splattered. Alright, so I got some splatters on my page when I was doing this, so it's probably not a good idea to hold your pencil right in front of the paper while you're wetting it. Now I'm going with the darker color, and I'm just making the edges of the carnation, the two-tone carnation. This is the most fun part of the project. It is super fun to do this. I really enjoy it, and you have to do wet on wet to do this, so you need a lot of wet paper below or it won't work. So you can see I'm just wetting this paper down below more. I'm adding some more of that lighter peach color. And now I'm going over in the darker peach color. And it's working better. But this paper is just a cheap paper and it dries really quickly. It's just the Canson watercolor paper. I like it, but it does dry super quickly. I'm making my little bud right now. I really like that little flower. And I'm really so grateful to Lindsay for showing all of us how to make carnations, because my mom's birthday is in January, or was in January. It's over as I'm editing, but it hadn't happened yet as I was doing this picture. And January is the flower. I mean, carnations are the flower for January. Oh my gosh, I'm talking backward. So I'm getting distracted because I'm doing the voiceover. I just found it was really hard to talk and paint at the same time. I'm not good enough to do that. So here I'm just activating things with more color. I'm adding some darker green straight from the pencil. The way Lindsay said, I'm just dropping in like blobs of color just to add a little bit of contrast. So I think some of these are green and some of these are a dark blue for the shadows. I think this is the darker green. And it really makes a difference. And this is really fun to do. And it's like almost no mess except for when you're painting directly from the paper. If you have too much water, then you can get some little dribbles on your paper. But other than that, like I'm working on this in my room in bed at nighttime. So this is just awesome if you just want to do art in bed or on the couch. I really enjoy it. I hope you like it too. So now I'm just trying to outline it in darker colors so it has more form. I didn't know if I should do this or not, but I just felt like doing it. And I'm still just playing around with the darker colors and just using my tiny detail brush and trying to add just more form. And I can't decide if that makes it look too cartoony or not. What do you guys think? So I'm still adding some shadows. I really, really enjoy working with the watercolor pencils. They're so fun. They're just a lot of fun. And it's just really magical when you add the water and it just makes everything go from a pencil into watercolor. It's just really cool. So yeah, you can just see I'm adding more darker green here and I'm just playing with it, trying to add the shadows and the outlines and trying to kind of keep the outlines a little bit broken and not too comic-y. I really, really love that I could just do this when I'm relaxing because my back hurts a lot. So the whole time I did this, I was propped up on like a big wedge that I use for my back and had a heating pad on my back. And it was so much nicer than being bent over a desk. I really, really did enjoy doing this. So I did this 4 times, you guys. The 2 times in yellow that you saw, this time in peach that you're seeing right now. And then after I did this, I did one entirely just in watercolor, not watercolor pencil. And I only used the watercolor pencil for making the contrasting petals of the carnation. And that's the one my mom picked. I'll try to put a picture of that at the end or maybe right here. Okay, guys, so this is what we got with the Arteza watercolor pencils. I really like them. I changed the color to a light peach and a kind of peachy pink color. I was looking at a picture online while I did these ones, but I still follow Lindsay's tutorial because it's so good. So I basically followed the exact style and I just changed the color and I changed this to a single bulb instead of like a bigger flower here. So yeah, and I find that I got more control with this really cheap brush. Where did I put it? It was a really cheap bristle brush. Like I think this is like a dollar store brush. But it's a bristle brush, so it was easier to move the paint around. And I probably could have gone with a darker color, but I went with this color here, which is the apricot. And then the outer side, I think, is coral. Yeah. So I went with these 2 colors here. I probably could have gone heavier on the apricot. I could always add that later once it's dry. I could try to add a second layer, but I kind of I don't want to ruin it. I like how delicate it is. I'm happy, very happy with how my leaves turned out. Lindsay said to use a dark blue to add the shadows. I might add more shadows here. The problem is, I think I added enough shadows and then it dries. And it dries lighter. So this part is still wet, so I'm going to wait for it to dry, because this might dry later, because these look quite dark blue when I was doing them. So, but I'm pretty happy with it. I think it's really pretty. It's very delicate. I like the color, but I think it's just because I wanted to change. So what do you like better? Do you like the peaches, or do you like the more vibrant yellow and red? I mean, these are very nice. This I would have been so happy with if I wouldn't have messed up right here. And there's no way to really erase that. And this, I should have sharpened my pencil crayons, but I couldn't find my sharpener. So these are all too big. And I should have used the other brush. This one here, I used the water brush, and it was too big. I should have used a smaller brush and just used the bigger brush for the big pieces. So I really don't like the stems. I mean, it's still pretty, but I like the stems better here. The flower better here. And I think this is more delicate and sweet looking. I think that would make a really pretty color cover for the card. I could add some splatter because I accidentally got some splatter. Lindsay did add splatter, so I could just use the colors that I used and splatter them. But I don't want to do that yet because I want to try again over here, maybe in different colors. So, and I don't have a piece of paper to cover this to splatter. But I probably will add splatters because there are splatters. I don't normally like splatters if there's red. I don't like the red splatters. It reminds me of blood. But I don't mind splatters if it's a more muted color or a pink or like a purple or a green. I'm fine with that. I don't like the red splatters. I'm a little bit cuckoo. Anyway, I hope you like this. I had a lot of fun. If you want to try this out, go to Lindsay, the Frugal Crafter. Go to her channel. She is an awesome teacher, an awesome instructor, and she does everything. She doesn't just do watercolor pencils. She does watercolor. I think she does acrylics. I've seen her do pastels, mixed media. She does everything. She's really, really talented. So go check her out. All right. Thank you for watching. I hope you like this. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell, all of those good things that help me as a channel. And most importantly of all, take care and stay safe. Bye for now.